What's up, YouTube? Subscribers, peoples. Just wanted to come on here and kind of give you a little bit of a background into who I am and why I am the way I am. I was born in Trenton, Michigan. That's Wayne County. For those of you with a map. In 1967. 1967! Ooh. What? Oh, I'm sorry. My old person interrupted. Shh. Anyways. Yes, I like to do voices. We'll get more of that later. I was born in 67 in Trenton, Michigan. And unbeknownst to the family, we lived in a pretty rotten neighborhood. There used to be an app called Redline. I think it got taken down or discontinued or whatever, but the street on which I grew up, which was called Hayman, had countless pedophiles that lived on it. My point, when I reached the age of 3, I wanted to do a sleepover at a friend's house who lived across the street, right? Well, come to find out, I was being groomed by them for something atrocious and inappropriate. Some sexual abuse happened. Anyways, in the morning, the guy threatened to take out my entire family if I talked, so I buried it for a number of years. It eventually came out in therapy, and I remembered everything. At any rate, let's move on from that point. When I was, let's see, by the time I got to 1975, my dad had found him a job up in Saginaw, Michigan, as a negotiator for the Saginaw Education Association. And so we moved up here. It was his idea to start to read to me at a very early age. He also, as soon as I could sit up on my own, which was at 6 months old, I was a big kid, 9 pounds, 10 ounces. I'm sorry, Mom. Anyways, I was a big kid. He decided when I could sit up on my own to put me on his lap at the piano at my grandma's house and show me what music was all about. And I'm glad he did. It was the right decision. Anyways, by the time I reached 2nd grade, thanks to my parents, I had a 12th grade reading level and comprehension score. That was what the test was. Arrowwood Elementary School in 1975, I believe, 1975. Yeah. Anyways, that had several effects. One of which was it gave me a really big imagination. One of the more unfortunate effects was it put me as kind of an outsider in school. Nobody likes a know-it-all. And I was always the one that raised my hand. You can imagine the comments, "God damn it, Markley." Anyways. Plenty of times I had to deal with bullying over the years. Most of which I would just play off. A lot of times I would be like, "I'll meet you wherever you want to meet me after school. Let's go." And then, nobody would ever fucking show up. So, bullies. At any rate, that's the life of a person that's a little bit more outside the norm. I know I'm not better than anybody else, but suffice it to say, even if you're intelligent, life is not going to be easy just because you're intelligent. Mom grew up kind of poor. The Great Depression kind of ruined her family. In fact, they spent a good portion of her younger years in a one-person trailer, piece of junk, built by a college kid who sold it to him for real cheap. And that was my grandparents and their 3 kids, including my mom, in a one-person trailer. Put it like this. The residents of wherever they would park that trailer would inevitably complain to the owners of the park that their trailer was an eyesore, to the point where they had to move constantly. Thankfully, at some point, my mom met my dad, and things progressively got better for her from there. But at any rate, I do know the stories. I've heard them countless times, and I appreciate and understand that sort of thing. I've worked for AmeriCorps. I had a year contract with Wayne State University's Urban Safety Program at AmeriCorps from 2015 to 2016, and I even got a thank you letter from the president at the time, President Barack Obama. But my point is, I immersed myself in the environment, the Detroit area. When you see how people live or how they're forced to live, it gives you a whole new appreciation for your own life and for just how bad things can get if you let them get that way. And sometimes life puts you in that situation whether you want it or not. So just remember what Robin Williams said. You don't know what's going on in anybody's mind. You don't understand their inner battles. Just try to be kind. Have empathy. And above all, check in on your loved ones. Call them. Tell them you love them. Because you just never know when their last night on earth might come. Anyways, these are just some thoughts. If you get a chance, check out my music. I'm trying to create some income streams for my future. Because even though my mom hired me to be her full-time caregiver, which was her idea, I also know that she's not going to live forever. So it would be of great service to my future if you guys would at least consider checking out my music. If you can't afford to buy it, I understand. If you like it, pass it around, share it with your friends. Maybe some of them would want to buy it. I'm a DistroKid artist, so it's all over the streaming services under the artist name of Eric William Markley. I will tag that in the comments and description of this video. So anyways, I hope you guys are good. Try not to pay too much attention to the news. Get some outdoor time. Don't spend too much time on your devices. We can get addicted to things so easily. And those damn things, they're addicting. All right. I think that's all I wanted to say. I love you guys. Get some sunshine while you can. Take care. Peace.